Good morning, students. Can you all hear me? Can you please drop a message in the chat box and let me know whether you can hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Okay, 21756, thank you. Okay, so this is how today's lecture is going to be. Sorry, it's going to be in two parts. First of all, I'm going to take the first 30 to 40 minutes to discuss our paragraph writing activity. You know, the activity that we try to go to breakout rooms and complete, the activity that we try to go into breakout rooms and do. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the activity within this 30 to 40 minutes. And then after I explain this activity, I will play the recording of today's lecture. Okay. So as you can see, there are so many CPM numbers here, and I will discuss one by one of these paragraphs. And I have given a few comments on each of your paragraph. Can you see the screen, students? My screen එක පේනවද පුතේ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What does the screen say? What is in the screen? මොකක්ද screen එකේ තියෙන්නේ? Anyone?
Business communication.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Part 1, paragraph writing.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, so now I'm going to move. I have kept several paragraphs here. First of all, I must tell that I'm sorry, I won't be able to discuss all the paragraphs, right? Even last night I received so many paragraphs, but I only have 1 hour's time. Within that hour, I will see how much I can cover. Okay. Now let me move on to my first paragraph. Okay, yes, there's a small problem. Only at the moment I can only allocate 500 students, right? Because we don't have the other links. So, but this recording will be uploaded to LMS, and I will explain these paragraphs in a way that will not affect the students who are not here. Okay. So only a amount of maximum 50 students can join this hour, right? Because there's only one link. Okay, now I'm going to talk about 20705, and this is Charles' paragraph. Okay, now if you go back to my lesson on paragraph writing, I told you that when it comes to paragraph writing, we need to have a topic sentence, right? Okay, so there is as I said before, only 500 students can come to this lecture because there's only one link, right? But this will be uploaded to LMS. It's only about the activity that I did, right? So I'm the one who know about my activity, so that's why only I'm explaining this part to you and not the other lecturers. Okay? So Charles, your paragraph says global warming is known as a slow rate of absorbing heat from the Earth's surface, similar to greenhouse effect. In this, it is more like a definition on global warming than a topic sentence, right? Charles, this would have been an excellent start if this was an essay, right? In the introductory paragraph of an essay, we can give definitions on what we are going to talk about. But when we come to paragraph writing, we have to start with our topic sentence, and then the rest of the sentence of the paragraph should be supporting the topic sentence, right? Then I have a few more comments as well. And there's one point here, I told you that I only want one paragraph, right? But here there are two separate paragraphs. I only wanted to see how good you are in ordering sentences and sorry, and writing one well-organized paragraph. Now, since this is a separate paragraph, I will consider this as a separate paragraph and not a part of this particular paragraph. Now, although I said that this sentence is like a definition more than a topic sentence, I had told that this is a good topic sentence. This sentence is a good topic sentence. Right? It says various measures have been taken to mitigate global warming by imposing rules, regulations, and procedures on factories and implementing emission tests for vehicles. Right? So in this sentence, Charles, there is a topic sentence and a controlling idea. So you're going to talk about the measures taken on global warming, right? And the measures on factories is your first point, and the measures taken on vehicles is your second point. So therefore, I think this is a very good topic sentence, right? Now, what else have I said? The rest of the sentences should say how measures were taken to impose rules on factories and emission tests for vehicles. But the next sentence is about other methods to prevent global warming, right? So now I thought your next sentence would be on the steps that have been taken to factories. Okay, Charles, I hope you can understand, right? And the evidence, examples, research findings, all related to factories, right? And then I thought you would move on and talk about the steps taken on vehicles. Okay, but your next sentence is not like that. There is no connection between the next sentence and your topic sentence, right? So today's lesson, after this explanation on the paragraph writing activity, today's lesson is on how to connect various sentences within a paragraph, right? You will learn more on that, and perhaps today's lecture might help you to build up this connectivity between sentences. Okay, then I have said, as you know, in my previous lecture on Monday, I didn't teach you concluding sentences. So you will learn on concluding sentences when Mr. Kaviratna starts his lectures on paragraph writing, right? So for most of the paragraph, this is the comment that I have given. It's that you will learn more on how to write a good concluding sentence in the following lecture. So there's one important thing that I need to tell you. These are how I see your paragraph. This is what these are my comments, right? You can totally agree with my comments. You can totally disagree with my comments. And you can even argue with me and say that if I'm wrong, you can say that I'm wrong. Okay, that's totally fine with me, right? Now I'm going to move on to my next paragraph. My next paragraph so it's good if you can stop other chats පුතේ. අනිත් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න නැතුව මේකට පොඩ්ඩක් concentrate කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් හොඳයි කියලා හිතෙනවා. Okay? So it's 21130 Rukshika's paragraph, right? So Rukshika, what do you think of your topic sentence? It says the effects of global warming to the planet Earth. Is this a good topic sentence? Okay, Rukshika, when I look at your topic sentence, what I feel is that it's more like a title, right? Not a topic sentence. It's difficult for me to see the topic and the controlling idea of your paragraph, right? Then I have said perhaps the order of these two sentences can change. Okay, the thing is normally we give an explanation and then we come to our examples and evidence, right? Whereas here the other, I feel like the other way has happened. You have first given an example and then you have moved on to the definition. That's why I have said that can we swap the two sentences? And of course, on paragraph writing, you will learn more on it in the following lectures, right? Since most of you haven't written a good paragraph, sorry, a concluding sentence, what I would expect from a concluding sentence is that a concluding sentence signals the end of the paragraph, right? That is one thing that is done through a concluding sentence. Okay, Mama Single with explain Karana, right? Concluding sentence ඔයාලට උගන්වලා නැහැ පුතේ තාම හරිද? එතකොට එන ලෙක්චර්ස් වලදී ඔයාලා ඉගෙන ගනි. මම දැන් හැමෝම හරි concluding sentence එකක් ලියලා නැති හින්දා concluding sentence එකකින් අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මොනවද කියලා මම කියන්නම්. It signals the end of the paragraph. අපි දැන් මේ paragraph එක අන්තිමයට තමයි ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන පණිවිඩය දෙන්න. Right? It summarizes the important points briefly. Right? The important points that were discussed in the paragraph. ඒතර paragraph එකේ තිබුණ වැදගත් කරුණු ටික සාරාංශයක් වශයෙන් කියන එකත් concluding sentence එකකදී වෙනවා. තව දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ තුනෙන් එකක්. හරි තුනම නේ. Not all these three but one at a time, right? Another thing that is done through a concluding sentence is that you restate the topic sentence in different words. Topic sentence එකනේ වැදගත්ම දේ. ඒකේ තියෙන දේ අපි වෙනත් වචන වලින් ලියලා concluding sentence එක මෙතෙන්ට include කරනවා. Okay? Now I'm going to move on to my next paragraph. It's 21646. Are you here? 21646. මෙතන ඉන්නවද මේ ළමයා? So it's, as you can see, it's a group work, right? There are so many students who have got together to write this paragraph. So very good, right? You have tried to do work as a group, right? Now 21646 has a problem with your topic sentence as well. It is not that clear, right? I'm not seeing what I need to see through a topic sentence when I read your topic sentence. Perhaps if you can shorten it a little, make it ගොඩාක් දිගයිනේ පුතේ topic sentence මේක සමහර මීට වඩා දිග අඩු කරලා ලියුවොත් සමහර විට මට topic sentence එක මීට වඩා පැහැදිලිව කියව ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. හරි? So this is, let me remind you what a topic sentence is once again. A topic sentence not only names the topic of the paragraph, but it also limits the topic to one or two areas that can be discussed completely in the space of a single paragraph. Right? The topic sentence not only names the topic of the paragraph. Paragraph එක මොකක්ද කියලා කියනවා විතරක් නෙවෙයි. But it also limits the topic to one or two areas that can be discussed completely. හරි මේ පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක ඇතුළේ අපිට සාකච්ඡා කරන්න පුළුවන් කරන්න යන්නේ මොකක් ගැනද කියලා සීමාවක් ඇතුව කියනවා. Best example is gold is precious for two important characteristics. So the paragraph is only going to talk about those two important characteristics. What was the other example that I told you when I was explaining topic sentence is that human resource management is important for an organization. Human resource management is important for an organization in two main aspects, right? So there is a topic and there is a controlling idea. I don't see those in this particular sentence, right? Then you have moved on to talk about the reasons. Then you have moved on to talk about the effects. So can all these be included in a paragraph? Of course they can, but yes, you should show the connectivity. How are they connected? Now, when I look at your reasons and your effects, I see them as individual sentences. I don't see a connection between these sentences. Okay, but sometimes if I have a chat with you, I might be able to understand what you have actually tried to say. But when I look at these, I see them as individual sentences. Okay, there's a message by Dulaj. Global warming, climate change, global heating, climate emergency, all these terms represent the heating of the earth climate system. Madam, this can be topic sentence. Ute, I can see only a list of words, right? How can you write this as topic sentence? You can use any of these, but not all of these, right? Why you can use one of these. Okay? So global warming, global heating, okay. Now I have said good you have. Okay, Pute. I hope I didn't confuse you, right? And now I have said good you have tried to build connectivity. Right now, when I see the word, for example, I know, okay, now the student is going to give an example for the previous sentence. So you have built up connectivity, right? So it is a good way of connecting sentences in a paragraph instead of just individually writing them, right? So you know why I wrote reasons, effects, solutions. Can you include all these in one paragraph? That is my point. Okay, it's very difficult to include all these in one paragraph. According to my understandings, solutions for global warming can be written in a whole one separate paragraph. Effects of global warming can come into another whole paragraph. Reasons of global warming can come into another separate paragraph. Okay, it's when you try to include all those into this, then there is no flow in your writing, right? Then here I said in conclusion, 21187 Nipuni. Yes, that's a good topic sentence. There are different types of reasons for global warming, right? That's okay, right? So you can add two to 3 points in a paragraph, right? So the 21187, your topic sentence is okay. Here I have said good, you have given a hint to the reader that you are right in the conclusion, and you will learn more on how to write a good conclusion in the following sentences. Okay, that's all about this paragraph. I'm going to move on to my next one. It's 21751. 21751 is Nisansala. Nisansala, are you there? Global warming is rapidly increasing as greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide accumulates in excess of the atmosphere. Now, Nisansala, when I see your topic sentence, I feel that the following sentences are going to be on global warming and carbon dioxide. Right? The connection between global warming and carbon dioxide. That is what I expect to be in the rest of the paragraph, in the rest of the sentences. Okay. But when I look at your supporting sentences, I see them as your topic sentence is global warming is a big risk to the whole world. This would have been a better topic sentence according to my understanding with the supporting sentences that you have given. Okay. Because although you said global warming and carbon dioxide, I don't see how you only talk about carbon dioxide and global warming. I feel that you have spoken about global warming as a risk. That's why I have asked you, can this be used as your topic sentence? Hey, madam, is this B2 lecture? Puthe, I don't understand your question. What do you mean by B2 lecture? This is only one link is available today, right? So my today's lecture recording is actually uploaded to LMS. I'm taking the first 30 to 40 minutes to explain my paragraph writing activity. Okay. So all the students are not able to join this hour. Right now, I'm going to move on to my next slide. It's 21758. Farisa. Okay, Farisa. So this is Farisa here. Farisa, this is a very good paragraph. Hariද මේ paragraph එක හොඳටම ලියපු paragraph වලින් එකක්. හරිද? So global, I have said good topic sentence. Global warming has lots of effect towards environment and society. So now when I look at this topic sentence, I know, okay, Farisa is going to write about global warming and how it affects towards the environment and how it is going to affect the society. ඔව් පුතේ මේ පැය මම ගන්නවා ඇක්ටිවිටි එක බලන්න. හරිද? ඊළඟ පැයේදී ඔයාලට පුළුවන් ලෙක්චර් රෙකෝඩින් එක අහන්න. මම ඒක මේ අපේ මේ paragraph writing activity එකෙන් පස්සේ ඒක මම ප්ලේ කරනවා. හරි? Now look at this. As one of the major issues, see how nicely you have connected this sentence with the previous sentence. You have said global warming has lots of effect towards the environment and society. Now you are saying as one of the major issues, and then you are going to move on to speak of one particular issue. Very well organized. Okay. Then I have said excellent referencing. You have used in this line, you say according to reports of National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Now, if you look at my slides on Monday, and when you look at my slides on today, this activity was given on last Monday, right? To all the students, not specifically to A2 group, to all the students, right? Okay, now look at this referencing. If you look at my lecture on Monday and the lecture recording that I have for today, I haven't gone to this extent, right? මෙච්චර දුරට referencing දාන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා මම ඔයාලට උගන්වලා නැහැ. මොකද මම හිතුවා ඒක first year ළමයින්ට බරපතල වැඩි කියලා හිතුවා. Right? So I thought this would be too much if I go to tell you that you need to include in reference as well. I thought it's going to be too much. And that's why I didn't include a slide on referencing. But Farisa, you have done a wonderful job. I really like the way you have included referencing. Right? When you include referencing, I know that it gives a message to the reader that you have done a lot of reading and you have given the reference as well. Right? So the difference between this writing and an ordinary writing is, now take the word global warming. I can close my eyes and say a list of things that happens because of global warming, right? So that is a normal way of writing. But when you add reference, you are telling the writer where you saw it, from where you took it, and so on, right? And now see, here again I have said very good referencing. You have changed the language, though both of these are in referencing. The way you have used the language is wonderful, right? So you start saying according to reports here. And now you say the World Meteorological Organization states that, and then you have given the evidence. So this is a very advanced paragraph, right? So it's very good if all my students can try to write paragraphs in this particular manner, right? Not subject sentence, but a topic sentence, right? Global warming is one of the dangerous problems in the world. Has or without has, right? Right? Without the word has, it's a good topic sentence. Then you can go on to talk about how it is one of the most dangerous problems in the world, right? You can bring evidence, examples, and explain it to us. So this is very මේ paragraph එක හරියම හොඳ paragraph එකක් මම මෙච්චර standard එකක් first year ළමයිගෙන් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මගේ සමුදා lecture එකේදීවත් අද lecture එකේදීවත් මම මේ reference එකෙන් දාන විදිය ඔයාලට කියලා දුන්නේ නැහැ. මම හිතුවා ඒක ඔයාලට බරපතල වැඩි වෙයි කියලා. ඒ වුණාට ඔයාලටත් පුළුවන් නම් මේ කරිසා වගේ කොහෙන්ද ඇත්තටම මේ විස්තර ගත්තේ කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් එතකොට ඔයාලා කියවන කෙනාට අදහස දෙනවා ඔයාලා ඇත්තටම දේවල් කියෙව්වා කියලා. නැත්තම් මේ මුහුද ජල ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි වෙනවා, සත්තු මැරෙනවා, උෂ්ණත්වය වැඩි වෙනවා. ඔය වගේ එහෙම ලයිස්තුවක් ඕන කෙනෙක්ට කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඒකට මේ කොතනින්ද ගත්තේ, කවුද කිව්වේ, මොනවද කිව්වේ කී අන්න ඒ විදිහට දේවල් කියලා පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ගොඩක් හොඳයි පුතේ. බැරි නම් කමක් නෑ, පුළුවන් නම් ගොඩක් හොඳයි. Sorry. Now look at this. Due to this, right? So see how nicely you have connected the previous sentence with the next sentence. When we linking words වලින් එයා කලින් වාක්‍යයයි මේ වාක්‍යය සම්බන්ධ කරලා තියෙනවා. එහෙම තියෙනකොට මේ වාක්‍ය තනි තනියම නෑ. මේ වාක්‍ය අතර සම්බන්ධතාවයක් ගොඩනගෙනවා. Then when ice is melting, the sea level starts rising. As a result, නේ පේනෝනේ හරි ලස්සනට සම්බන්ධ කරලා තියෙනවා. right? හරි ලස්සනට examples ගෙනත් තියෙනවා. It's totally fine. 21732. I have a load of paragraphs, so thank you very much for all of you who submitted the paragraph. This is just an in-class activity, okay? So don't worry, even if I don't explain your paragraph today, and even if you're not added the CPM number, it's totally fine. It's just an in-class activity. Okay, then when you come to the final sentence, you give the reader the hint that, okay, now you are going to write your conclusion. Conclusion එක ලියන්න යනවා කියලා මෙයා මේ finally කියන වචනෙන් අපිට අඟවලා තියෙනවා. So it's a good concluding sentence as well. But Parisa, there is one small issue that I saw, right? Now, since you have divided your topic sentence into environment and society, it is not very clear as to where your second point starts on society. Okay, I don't see where the second point actually starts. Yet, I would accept this as a very well written paragraph. Okay, the next one. Next one, 21750. 82719. Tulakshika. So Tulakshika, this is your paragraph. As I said before, these are just my comments and these are how I see your paragraph, right? You can either agree with them, disagree with them, or you can even argue with my comments, right? So once again, we have come with the student who have written a definition instead of writing a topic sentence, and I have said that it's useful if this was an essay. Because you have given a definition instead of a topic sentence, I am finding it difficult to understand what the topic is about and what is the controlling idea of your paragraph, right? Now, since global warming. Okay, since your topic sentence is like a definition, I have pointed out to this sentence and said perhaps the wording of these two sentences can be changed and it can be used as a topic sentence of the paragraph. Right? For example, global warming is melting our glaciers rapidly and this is extremely harmful to the earth as well as humans. හරිද පුතේ? ඔයාගේ ටොපික් සෙන්ටෙන්ස් එක ඩෙෆිනිෂන් එකක් වගේ ඉඳ මම බැලුවේ මෙතන තියෙන වාක්‍ය දෙක එකතු කරලා අපිට ටොපික් සෙන්ටෙන්ස් එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. හරිද? So now if this was your topic sentence, then we will be talking about global warming, how glaciers melt due to global warming and how it has become harmful to the earth and to humans. Right, so but if this is your topic sentence, we need to see whether the supporting sentence will match this topic sentence. Make a topic sentence එක විදිහට ගන්නවා නම් එතන අපි බලන්න ඕන ඔයාත් පුතේ දීලා තියෙන අනිත් වාක්‍ය ටික supporting sentences මේ topic sentence එකත් එක්ක යනවද කියලා. Right? Now here you say poor countries. Right? So can you be a little more specific and tell a name, and can you name a poor country? දුප්පත් රටවල් කියලා ගෝවාම හරි ප්‍රශ්නයන්නේ දුප්පත් රටවල් මොනවද කියලා. සමහර අපි පොහොසත් කියලා හිතන රටවල් සමහර අංශවලින් දුප්පත් නේද? So can you name a country like Sri Lanka or India or something like that, right? So you have written how global warming affects the earth. The first sentence is about reasons, the next sentence is about the effects. Okay, Philip, no problem. I will anyway be uploading this recording to the LMS, right? So you say how global warming affects humans, then the reasons for global warming, all these. It's not easy to be included in one paragraph, right? But there are systematic ways. Some students are very good. They find a nice connection between the causes and the effects of global warming and they nicely blend it together and write wonderful paragraphs, right? So you can do it, but you need to find ways of connecting it. Right, I'm going to move on to my next paragraph. 99519. I don't know your name. Are you there? Are you here in this lecture? Okay, so your paragraph is very similar to the paragraph on goal that I gave. No, Pute, I'm discussing the in-class activity that I gave on Monday on paragraph writing. This is not an assessment. It's just an activity, right? Okay, 99519. So you said global warming has mainly affected the people in the following two ways. I feel that these two words can be omitted. What do you think? 99519, right? Even without these two sentences, it's a good topic sentence. So you have written a very good topic sentence. Then you have, now you say there are two ways, right? And then you say the first effect. Then you start to talk about the first one. So very good way of moving to your first supporting sentence, right? And then when it comes to talking about the second point, you have signaled the reader and told secondly. With the word secondly, we know, okay, now you have given examples to your first point, you have elaborated on the first point, and now you're going to move on to your next point, right? No problem, Patu, no problem. Okay, now look at this example. For example, Maldives, right? Poor, instead of just saying countries, you have mentioned a particular country. So this is very good. Okay, you have given a little specific information for us, right? It would be excellent if you can use the way Parisa uses her referencing. Okay, if it's good. I'm not forcing you, but if you can, it would be excellent, right? Good transition signals, good signal in words, good you have added evidence. You haven't just not given a list. නිකම් මේ ලයිස්තුවක් දීලා නැහැ නේ හොඳට උදාහරණ ඒවට සාක්ෂි ඉදිරිපත් කරමින් තමයි මේ පැරග්‍රාෆ් එක ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. Finally, good, you have indicated the reader that you have come to your conclusion. When you write the word in conclusion, you give the message to the reader that you are now going to write about your conclusion. And here I have said, although there are a few grammar mistakes, overall this is a well-organized paragraph, right? So students, I came across grammar and spelling mistakes, right? But my focus today is not on correcting your grammar or spelling mistakes. My main focus is to see whether you have written a good topic sentence and whether you have written good supporting sentence and are there a connectivity between these sentences and so on, right? That is my main point. So I didn't focus a lot on the grammar and the spelling mistakes. Dulaj, after all this manner, we should write a topic sentence after think about the content of the paragraph. First of all, you must concentrate on the topic sentence and think whether you can elaborate on it. Can you write a whole paragraph with the point that you have given in the topic? That's why I told you last week that we need to brainstorm, right? We need to narrow down our topic to a point that we can include sufficient information to a paragraph, right? And then we should brainstorm ideas and see whether we have sufficient evidence, examples, research findings to write this particular paragraph. Dulaj, did I answer your question? Okay, Dulaj පුතේ මෙහෙමයි. දැන් අපි මම ගිය සතියේ කියලා දුන්නානේ මේ topic sentence එකක් ලියනකොට අපිට දැන් environmental pollution කියන එක broad වැඩි, ඒක සංකීර්ණ වැඩි. paragraph එකකට ගන්න පුළුවන් කරුණු තියෙන topic sentence එකක් අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම ලියන්න ඕනේ. Gold is precious for two important characteristics. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ අපි brainstorm කරලා බලන්න ඕනේ අපිට මේ topic sentence එක ලියන්න ප්‍රමාණවත් කරුණු තියෙනවද, ප්‍රමාණවත් evidence තියෙනවද, උදාහරණ තියෙනවද, මේවා සම්බන්ධ කර supporting sentences ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද මට මේ topic sentence එකට. හරිද? සමහර ළමයි ඔයා දැක්කම පුතේ definitions ලියලා තියෙනවා. ඒක දැක්කම මට හිතා ගන්න බෑ ඊළඟට මේ ළමයා මොකක්ද ලියන්න යන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් හොඳ topic sentence නම් උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් human resource management is important for two is important for an organization in two main aspects. හරිද? human resource management ආයතන වලට ප්‍රධාන ක්‍රම දෙකකින් උපකාරී වෙනවා. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ඔයා ප්‍රථමයෙන්ම කියලා පළවෙනි කරුණ ගෙනල්ලා ඒක උදාහරණ දීලා ඒකට සාක්ෂි ඉදිරිපත් කළා. දෙවනුව කියලා දෙවෙනි එක ගෙනල්ලා ඒ පොයින්ට් එක එහෙම තියන්න ඒක ඔයා විස්තර කරලා කියලා මෙන්න මේ විදිහට තමයි උදව් කරන උදාහරණයක් වශයෙන් එහෙම කියයි කියලා. හරිද පුතේ? So you must decide, can you move on? මම මේ දීලා තියෙන topic sentence එකෙන් මට ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද paragraph එක? මේක හොඳ topic sentence එකක්ද කියන එක ඔයා තීරණය කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ඔයා තමයි ලියන්න යන දේ ගැනත් කල්පනා කරන්නේ. ඉතින් paragraph එක ලියන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේ ඔක්කොම හිතලා බලන්න. Okay දුලාජ්? තේරුණාද පුතේ? නැත්නම් තව ටිකක් පැහැදිලි කරන්නද? Okay. Now I'm going to move on to Amal Khan's paragraph. So again, once again, I see a definition more than a topic sentence, right? This would have been very useful if it was an essay. So you talk about the consequences, solutions, causes. මේ ඔක්කොම ලියන්න අමාරුයි අමාල්ක paragraph එකක් ඇතුලේ. Okay. Global, there are many solutions for global warming කියලා topic sentence එක පටන් ගන්න. ඊට පස්සේ solutions ගැන විතරක් කියන්න. Right? Or else you say there are many reasons for global warming and talk only about the reasons. Bring examples, evidence, and talk only about the reasons. Right? It's difficult to include all these in one paragraph, right? That is the problem that that's the problem that I saw in most of the paragraphs. So Pute, if you watch my Monday lecture 20894, I have explained to you step by step. First you have to write a good topic sentence. Then you have to write supporting sentence, and I have explained them in my lecture on Monday 20894. Did you watch my lecture on Monday? (20894). Did you have time to watch my lecture on Monday? Monday lecture බැලුවද 20894? Okay, first look at the lecture, okay? And I have explained a lot on how to write a paragraph. Of course, I didn't explain topic concluding sentence because that part will be done by Mr. Kaviratna. In my lecture, I have told you how to write a good topic sentence and what are the supporting sentences that should be included. And in today's lecture, I'm going to explain how to correct your sentence, how to have a good flow in your sentences, right? That is what I have explained in my today's lecture. Okay, I will move on to one more. One more slide. You watched the lecture, but you do not know, do not idea how to manage word count. What do you mean by word count? Don't think about the limit of words, right? As long as your topic sentence is explained, that is what is important, right? I gave a word limit because I want to do an activity so that I could get similar paragraphs. That's why I said to write a paragraph with 150 to 200 words, right? Once your point is clear, once you have given sufficient evidence, sufficient examples, and elaborated on your topic sentence well, that means you have done a good job in your paragraph. Right? Don't go to think about the word limit. It's not the amount of words that is important, but the points that you have given, the examples and the evidence that you have given is what is important, right? So, did I explain this? Okay, this is the final paragraph that I'm going to explain because I'm running short of time, right, students? So the topic and the control idea is not very clear. Global warming is a hike in the average global temperature on Earth. I'm fine. I don't know what to expect. Okay, Pute, that's the problem. Now, if you said like global warming has many issues on the planet Earth, that would have been a better sentence. And I know, okay, how global warming has affected planet Earth. That is what you're going to write in your topic sentence. Okay, 21005 Pute, I don't mind you sending, but I'm having a problem as to whether I will have time to go through all those, right? It's a very big batch, 1,300 students. Okay, so try on your own and take my advice as well. Try on your own and see how good you are in writing paragraphs. When you do it as a habit, පුරුද්දක් වශයෙන් මේ ලියන එක ගත්තහම පුතේ මේක automatically ඔයාලට මේ ක්‍රමය අල්ලගන්න පුළුවන්. It needs a lot of practice, right? It needs a lot of practice. So even though I'm not able to go through your paragraph and give comments, try on your own, try to write paragraphs, and then later on you will get hold of this particular method that I'm trying to tell you. So here this sentence is about the cause, this sentence is about the effect, whereas a paragraph can only discuss one particular point. Now I asked for only one paragraph, but there are two paragraphs. And I said, isn't this a repetition? The second sentence also talks about the burning of fossil fuel, burning of excess fossil fuel, and the release of toxic fumes into the atmosphere is a major cause behind global warming. Again, you have said the major reason for global warming is the burning of fossil fuel for energy. So it's like a repetition of the same point, right? Now you have given solutions. There are a lot of solutions. I think these are solutions. Do this go with your topic sentence? Sometimes, as I said before, sometimes if I have a chat with you, I might be able to understand what you are trying to say. But now when I look at your supporting sentence and when I look at your topic sentence, it's a little difficult for me to find the connectivity. Okay, so that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for all the students for taking your valuable time to do this activity. And as I said before, don't be disappointed with my comments, right? All I wanted to do was try to explain as much as I can. But I can't understand 2089 ma'am. When exam will we give topic to write para? But this topic includes subtopic. When this time should be explain this subtopic? I can't understand your question, Pute. You will have questions on paragraph writing for your essay, right? So we will try to show you a past exam paper. This is not an assignment. This is just an in-class activity. Before the end of paragraph writing lesson, we will show you a exam paper, a past paper, and show you how there were questions on paragraph writing for the exam. Of course, you're not going to get the same thing, but you might get a similar one, right? So that's all I have to say about paragraph writing. Please don't be disappointed with my comments, right? This is only what I felt when I looked at your paragraph. As I said, you can agree, disagree, or even challenge my comments. You have the freedom to do any of those. So I'm going to stop my video, my lesson on the paragraph writing activity, and now I'm going to play today's lecture recording. Thank you. So 21137 today, I don't think I will be able to go through your paragraph. That's why I took a few paragraphs. But try to write on your own and see how good you are in writing paragraphs. You know, there's more than 1,300 students, and it's difficult for me to mark each and every paragraph. So whether you send it to me or not doesn't mean that I'm going to give marks. No, Pute, this is an in-class activity, not an assignment. 21166, it's about the in-class activity that I'm discussing, not about the assignment. We are going to give you an assignment soon, okay? And when it comes to the date of assignment, then we will discuss about this assignment. Today, I just discuss about the the global warming activity that I asked you to do. Thank you, students. Have a wonderful day.
Madam, අර ඉස්සෙල්ලා ප්‍රශ්න අහුවේ කා.
ඔව් දුලාෂ්ට පුතේ.
නෑ මේ 20894.
ඔව් පුතේ කියන්නකෝ.
මිස් දැන් අපිට ටොපික් එකක් දෙනවා මොකක් හරි පැරා එකක් ලියන්න කියලා.
හරි.
මිස් කිව්වේ දැන් අර මේ human resource management අර වැදගත් වෙන හැටි දැන් ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකකට.
ඔව්.
ඒකේ මේ දැන් අපිට කිව්වොත් එම කොටස් දෙකකින් වැදගත්කම කොටස් දෙකකින් පැරා එක ලියන්න කියලා.
ඔව්.
අපිට මේ එතකොට මේ දැන් වැදගත්කම් දෙක එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න ඕනේද? ඒ කියන්නේ එවිට ඒ කියන්නේ මේ පැරා දෙකකට ලියන්න ඕනේද නැත්නම් තනි පැරා එක මේ කියන්නේ මේ ලියන්න ඕන පැරා කැසට් කඩන්න නැතුව
පැරා දෙකකින් පැරා දෙක ඔයාලා ඒක පුතේ ඩිපෙන්ඩ් වෙනවා ඔයාලට කොච්චර කරුණු තියෙනවද කියන එක. මට ගොඩාක් කරුණු තියෙනවා නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් පැරාග්‍රාෆ් දෙකකට ගන්න. හරිද? එකම පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකේ ලියුවත් ඔයා දෙවෙනි කරුණ පටන් ගන්න යනකොට අපිට අඟවන්න ඕනේ. ප්‍රථමයෙන්ම කියලා ඔයා පළවෙනි ටික ලියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ දෙවෙනි වැදගත්ම කරුණ නම් කියලා ඔයා දෙවෙනි එක ලියනවා. තේරුණාද පුතේ? ඒක පැරාග්‍රාෆ් දෙකකින් ලියවත් කමක් නැහැ. එකකින් ලියවත් කමක් නැහැ. හරිද? දැන් අපි මෙතනදී උගන්වන්නේ හරියට පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකක් ලියන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක. එතකොට ඔයාලගේ විෂයට ගියාම ප්‍රධාන විෂයට ගියාම එතනදී මේ ඔයාට තියෙන කරුණු ප්‍රමාණය අනුව පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකකට හරි දෙකකට හරි ඔයාලට කඩන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ පුතේ. මම පැහැදිලි කරාද? හරි පුතේ හරිය. සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකට ගියාම කරුණු ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයා පැරාග්‍රාෆ් දෙකකට කඩන්න. නැත්තම් ඒක ලස්සනට එක පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකක් ඇතුලේ ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒ කරුණු දෙක කැඩෙන විදිය අපිට අඟවලා ලස්සනට එක පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකක් ඇතුලේ ලියන්න පුළුවන්. වෙලාවට දැන් පුතේ දැන් ඔයා විභාගෙට ගියොත් කරුණු දෙකක් පැහැදිලි කරන්න කියලා තිබුණොත් අපිමනේ ඔයාලට වෙලාවට ප්‍රශ්න ඔයාලා උත්තර ලියන්න ඕනේ දීලා තියෙන පේපරෙමයි දීලා තියෙන ඉඩ ප්‍රමාණයමයි. හරිද? තේරෙනව නේද? එතකොට පළවෙනි කරුණට එක කොටසක් දීලා දෙවෙනි කරුණට තව කොටසක් දීලා තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පළවෙනි අංක 1 දාලා රූල් ටිකක් තියෙනවා. අංක 2 දාලා රූල් ටිකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයා ලියන්න ඕනේ පැරාග්‍රාෆ් දෙකක කියන එක පැහැදිලි නේද?
ඔව් පැහැදිලි.
හරි. ඒ අනුව ඔයාලට දෙන පේපරේ අනුව ඒ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක අනුව ඒ ලියන විදිහ වෙනස් වෙනවා. හැබැයි පැරාග්‍රාෆ් එකක් ලිව්වත් දෙකක් ලිව්වත් අපි මේ කියලා දෙන ක්‍රමයට තමයි පැරාග්‍රාෆ් ලියන්න ඕනේ.
Hari, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you 21817. That was my main intention, right? To try and teach you how to write paragraphs. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day. Prashna monad tiyena? Are there any more questions? Okay, then I'm going to play the recording of the next today's lecture.